Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome all of you. So today we are going to continue the same series where Arjuna has asked the question from Krishna. Before inquiries Arjuna made that what are the symptoms of a self-realized person? Sthit pragyasya ka bhasha samadhi stasya keshava sthit dhi kim prabhasheta kim asita prajeta kim. So apparently it appears that Arjuna is asking a question, a general question, very simple question, that how a person walks, how does he sit, how does he walk, and how does he speak. But actually the internal meaning, if we go and understand in detail, if we read the purport of Srila Prabhupada, then we get the understanding that what is the understanding, inner meaning of these verses, these questions, what Arjuna is putting forth in front of Krishna. So we are discussing that series. So yesterday we discussed about how a person who is spiritually very advanced, who is pure personality, who is sthit pragya, means transcendentally situated. He is not in the material world, material plane, even though he is living in the material world, but he is not in the material plane. He is always on the spiritual plane. So what is his symptom? So first symptom, Krishna explained that prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Such kind of person is not, he does not take pleasure in sense gratification. He does not desire this sense gratification, because he understands this sense gratification is all the game of mental concoction. It is a just amplification. We amplify so much, we hype so much, we do so much of wiring in this our mind, that when we get that object we feel nice. Otherwise, actually in the objective pleasure is very less. So therefore, a transcendentally situated sthit pragya, he does not take pleasure, he does not even desire for such material sense gratification, and he is always satisfied in serving the Lord, in meditating the Lord, in chanting the name of the Lord, and he takes pleasure inside. He is satisfying the self. So that is the first symptom which we discussed. Now we are going to continue from next verse today. So before we start, let us chant prayer. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री निताई गौरांग की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। तो कल हमने डिस्कस किया मेंटल कॉन्कॉक्शन के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से, कि पहले अगर हम गुलाब जामुन आपको दें, if suppose I give you gulab jamun for the first time, suppose you have never ever tasted the gulab jamun, and now I gave you the gulab jamun. Just do one activity. You just assume this, you have never ever tasted gulab jamun. Or if I say in Rajasthan there is one dish called gehwar, it is very tasty and very sweet and very famous in Rajasthan. Everybody loves to have it. So suppose, and I hope many of you have not even heard the name of ever. Very tasty, very sweet, and in fact in Bikaner it is very famous. So suppose you have never tasted. First time I gave you, then that time you will not have that much excitement. Ki, "Arey, kaisa hai?" Just simple, normal, you will be there and you will get and have it. But suppose first time you have it and you have got the taste, it is now went there in your subconscious mind. Now, oh, the taste of ever is very nice. So now second time when you see and it comes in front of you, you are just passing and you are sitting in the train, and in your compartment somebody just, he opened his bag, and from his bag, his package, he took out what? Same thing, ever, which you had experienced some, suppose 6 months or 1 year before. Immediately, just by seeing, all your experience, all your thoughts will come out in your conscious mind, and you will start thinking, आपके मुंह में पानी भी आ जाएगा, and you will long for it to have it again. And अगर आपको ज़्यादा, if you could not control, then you even situation can come that you can ask him that, can you just share me something? So that can also happen, because now experience you have got, and when second time when you get the haver, then, and if you taste it, then the taste will be increased in comparison to when you had first time. Now the taste will be more, because other time, first time when you had, that time only objective taste was there, the taste which was there in the gava, that much taste you had enjoyed. But now objective taste plus objective taste means the taste which are there in that particular object, that is called objective taste. And now objective taste plus hype, which you have hyped, which you have concocted, which you have made in your mind, आपने इतना ज्यादा उसको सोच लिया, कंटेम्पलेट कर लिया है. Now when you get it, then the total happiness, total pleasure is equal to objective pleasure of the object plus hype pleasure, which you have hyped or concocted pleasure. So both gets added and give you the complete pleasure. So therefore, second time when you have any kind of sweet, gulab jamun, rasgulla or anything, gaver, then that will be even more tastier than first time. So that's what in the verse number 55, Krishna explained that all kinds of material happiness is like mental concoction, like this, what I explained. So like this habit also gets formed. कोई चीज आपने किया, first time you did, second time, third time, when you did many times, it becomes your habit. So I will share one video how habit gets formed in your, it goes and gets registered in your subconscious mind, and at times it gets triggered by something and gets loaded into your conscious mind, and helplessly you do that. That's called habit formation. उसी चीज की अगर आदत लग जाती है तो even unconsciously you do that. Unconsciously you happen to do that, because now that habit is making you to do. So I'll share that video. Kindly watch this video very nicely.
First thing is, there is 4 stages of when we have to break some bad habit. First we realize that we are getting habituated. We may not realize it, but habit loops are getting formed in our mind-body system. That's why you're saying that a lot of time gets wasted, because habit is getting formed. Habit of spending time on social media, on YouTube is getting formed. And as I said, we are getting rewards in the form of dopamine, some feel-good factor. And mind will also cheat in the name of spirituality. I'm watching spiritual content only. So first we become aware. So first, the bottom stage of this ladder is unconscious incompetence. We are not even conscious of it, and we are incompetent. There are blind spots. We don't even know. We don't know that we don't know. So that's the very degraded stage, unconscious incompetent. You're incompetent and you're unconscious of it. The next stage is, a better stage is, or a progressive stage is, conscious incompetence. Now, the very fact that you're asking this question, it means that it is conscious incompetence. You are conscious that you're spending a lot of time. You're conscious that time is getting wasted, but you're incompetent to avoid it. You're feeling helpless. You don't know what is the best way. You don't know how to stop doing it. You know that I go for some time, but end up consuming a lot of so-called spiritual content in social media, on YouTube or whatever these kind of tools. So the second stage is called conscious incompetence. You have become conscious of your incompetence, conscious of your degraded habits. And the third stage is, now this is a stage, the third stage is, improved stage is conscious competence, where you budget your time. You put some rules and regulations. You say that only in the evening I'll be browsing, only for 1 hour I'll be browsing. That's called conscious competence. You are just like, for example, when we learn driving a bike or a scooter, first it is unconscious incompetence, and then we become conscious incompetence. We know that we don't know the bike, and then conscious competence when we are riding the bike, but we are very conscious of the clutch, very conscious of accelerator, very conscious of brake. And a stage comes where we are unconscious competent, in the sense you may be talking to someone, you may be listening something on your, through the earphones, but you are still driving it. So likewise, we realize that now the very fact that you have asked this question shows that you are right now conscious incompetence. You've realized your incompetence, that yes, you're spending a lot of time, and a lot of time is getting wasted. And this is one step towards finding a solution. The next step would be take help of the devotees, spend more time in chanting, spend more time reading Prabhupada's books, not on social media, otherwise. Develop a higher taste. Many times we spend a lot of time in this platform because it also has some kind of taste. When we are not experiencing higher taste, we'll go for lower taste. We all are looking for taste. We all are looking for some pleasure. If we are not getting pleasure from a higher source, we'll look for lower pleasure. If a person is hungry and he has not eaten for days, then he will eat anything which is given to him. Even a stale chapati, if it is given, he will eat. Whereas if a person is fully fed, there's no hunger, you give him some nice eatables also, he'll say, nahi, nahi, bas, mujhe nahi khana. So we have to keep ourselves spiritually strong through good association, through good chanting, good quality chanting, through regular reading of Prabhupada books, through regular association with right devotees, sincere devotees, enthusiastic devotees. And once we experience that higher taste, automatically our taste, our inclination to spend inordinate amount of time on social media will reduce. So initially, since the habits are getting formed, we have to be more conscious of it. Conscious competence. You should be conscious of the time you are spending. You should make some rules. After 8 o'clock in the night, I will not watch. And then a time will come when you would have trained your mind in such a way that you will use as much as is required. Anyada yavat arthakrit. Go for a while, just check few things, and then come out.
Hare Krishna. So it was very practical tip given by Prabhu. I hope you understood, and very very practical. All of us are struggling, in this habits, bad habits. Maybe it is browsing on internet, or surfing, or just scrolling WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, in the reels or shorts, YouTube short, and hours together is getting wasted. Then you realize, अरे 1 घंटे चले गए, 2 घंटे चले गए. So these are the habits, and unconsciously these habits are getting formed. That is called unconscious, and you are incompetent also. You are not conscious that habit is getting formed, and you are incompetent. You are not having that strength to hold you back. Then you become conscious when you start hearing the lectures, when you start attending the Bhagavad Gita classes. Then you realize when you come into good association. Otherwise, it is so degraded situation. You will be surprised. Here in Jaipur, there is one good college of Lakshmi Nivas Mittal, good college, LNM IIT. So bright students, they come over here, and rich students, because very very costly college. One semester fees is about 1.5 or 2. So we are doing teaching there. So our students, our volunteers, those who are in second, third year, they would go to the rooms and collect the students from 3 to 4 rooms, and they will make them sit in one room, and they will give the orientation. From tomorrow, we are going to start one series. So for that, I had asked the students to go and at least convey to the students, convince them for attending our classes, register them, and then so tomorrow so that they can start attending class. So these students, second year students, but they are chanting 16 rounds in the college also, without any facility, nothing but chanting 16 rounds, very enthusiastic, attending their classes from 8 to 6, and after 6 to 10 o'clock they are going and meeting the students and teaching them, convincing them. So right night 11:30 o'clock he got a call of one senior, and first year student, you would have informed the senior that such kind of seniors of second year, they came and informed about this thing, that they are organizing something related to practical habits which we can break. So then he started sharing that this first year student to his senior, third year or fourth year, who called this our student, that they were saying that how to break bad habits, how we are caught up in masturbation, watching off scenes and vulgar movies and all. Then that senior, he started abusing our student, that how can you say this masturbation is bad? Please prove me. Like that, this nonsense degraded person fellow, he is saying that how masturbation is bad, how this watching porn is bad. Just see, this is degraded situation of our students today. These foolish rascals, they don't even know that what is the value of following celibacy. Your memory power is very, very high just by following this one quality of celibacy, brahmacharya. If you just follow four regulative principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. If you just follow these four things and don't do anything, just follow four things and parallelly chant Hare Krishna, you see, you can do wonders. You can do miracles in your life. Anywhere you do anything, success is your guarantee. But today's people are so degraded, they have become so rascal that they ask such questions. What is the harm in this? What is the problem? So we don't even know. We are unconscious and we are incompetent. But when we come into good association by good fortune by good divine arrangements, when we come in good contact, then we can understand, अच्छा ये बहुत बेकार चीज है. I should now start practicing good habits. सुबह में जल्दी उठना चाहिए. Just like earlier you were having the bad habits of sleeping till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But now you have understood that सुबह में जल्दी उठना चाहिए. So you have started trying to get up early in the morning. And many of you are successful to get up. So just see, when you come in good association by the divine arrangement, that too when you are very fortunate, then you learn these good things and start practicing in your life. And then you become a person of high value character and good habits. And then that habit will lead to you a good destination. So this is very, very important to understand, and then start working on this with the help of reading Prabhupada books like Bhagavad Gita. I have sent you books. That books you start reading. Bhagavad Gita, Science of Self-Realization, Raja Vidya, any of the book, you just start and read it. Get the transcendental knowledge, higher taste, chant Hare Krishna nicely. Association of the devotees are very, very important. And then you can easily become conscious, competent. You become competent. Yes, now I can handle these things. So that's what was explained. Now let me share you the verse of today, which Arjuna has asked, and Krishna is now going to just make Arjuna understand. So quickly I'll finish that. So once again, I'll give you the recap. First question was, what is his symptom? Second question was, how does he speak? Third question was, how does he sit? And fourth, how does he walk? These are the four questions. So this is the symptom, and this is the how does he handle the tough time in his life. When the problem comes, when adversities come, then how does he handle? How his consciousness and kimasit, how does he how he controls his senses and how he engages his senses. These are the four questions. Yesterday we understood that what are his symptoms. First question was answered, that he will not do mental concoction, he will not indulge into sense gratification, and he will take pleasure in the self. So that is the first answer. Now the second answer is given in this verse 56 and 57. So what is the verse? What was the question by Arjuna? Was that how a person who is self-realized, he handles the tough time in his life. So the same thing here Arjuna, Krishna is responding that दुखेषु अनुद्विग्न मना सुखेषु विगत स्पृहा वीत राग भय क्रोध स्थित धीर मुनि रुच्यते. जो स्थित धीर है, जो ट्रांसेंडेंटली सिचुएटेड है, वो क्या करते हैं, दुखेषु अनुद्विग्न मना, दुख में उनका मन अनुद्विग्न, उद्विग्न नहीं होता, अनुद्विग्न, उद्विग्न मतलब एजिटेट होना, सो दुख में भी उनका माइंड, दे आर इक्विपॉइज्ड, they are settled nicely, they are not agitated, they are not bewildered, or they don't become restless in that difficult time. And sukhesu vigatesh, and in happy time they are not elated, they are not jubilant, they are not over joyful. And वीत राग भय क्रोधा, और वो फ्री है किसे, अटैचमेंट, फियर एंड एंगर से. And such people are called स्थित धीर, means self realized. One who is not disturbed in spite of threefold miseries, which is who is not elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear and anger, is called a stage of steady mind. तो यहाँ पर प्रभुपाद मुनि के बारे में बताते हैं कि मुनि वो होता है, मुनि मीन्स फिलोसोफर. A person, there are many philosophers, there are many munis. So a muni can be called as muni when he differs in his philosophy from all the other munis which are existing in the world. That is the definition of muni. Muni means philosopher. Speculator, you can say, mental speculators are called muni. So a mental speculator is only he established muni when he differs in his understanding with all other established muni. That means all the philosophers have their own understanding about life. So none of the munis have the clear understanding what is the correct life, what is the right purpose of the life, what is this world all about, who is Krishna, who is Supreme Lord, who is absolute truth. No muni knows. So therefore here it is written, it is said that every muni has a different angle of vision, and unless a muni differs from other munis, he cannot be called a muni in the strict sense of the term. नासो मुनि यस्य मतम न भिन्नम. इसीलिए एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ को समझने के लिए आप मुनि के पास भी अगर जाएं, फिलोसोफर के पास भी जाएं, तो फिलोसोफर भी आपको नहीं बता सकता करेक्टली कि who is right absolute truth, what is the right absolute truth. So that is मुनि. So यहाँ पर मुनि का डेफिनेशन बताए हैं. लेकिन इस वाले क्वेश्चन, इस वाले रिस्पॉन्स में कृष्णा बोले स्थित धीर मुनि. एक तो मुनि होता है और एक स्थित धीर मुनि होता है. स्थित धीर मुनि मीन्स प्योर डिवोटी, जो डिस्टर्ब नहीं होता. स्थित धीर मुनि इज मेंशन्ड हियर बाय द लॉर्ड, डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ऑर्डिनरी मुनि. स्थित धीर मुनि इज ऑलवेज इन कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस. जो ऑलवेज कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में है वही स्थित धीर मुनि है. फिर प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं, a fully Krishna conscious person is not at all disturbed by the onslaughts of threefold miseries. अब बहुत अच्छा इंपॉर्टेंट अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रभुपाद देने वाले हैं. प्लीज फोकस, प्लीज पे अटेंशन. For he accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord. Because ultimately, who is the controller of the whole world? Everything is controlled by the Lord. Even a small speck is also under the control of the Lord. A leaf cannot move without the sanction of the Lord. The whole material manifestation is under the control, perfect control of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So a devotee understands that if miseries are coming in my life, so this is because of the mercy of the Lord. How mercy? Few days before, Dheeraj asked me that, प्रभु ये मर्सी कैसे है? दुख आता है तो हम उसको बोलते हैं कृष्णा की मर्सी है और मेरा सिंफुल एक्टिविटी है. एंड जब अच्छा, when good और good time come, then we say no, ये तो भगवान की causeless mercy थी इसलिए मिल गई, actually I don't deserve it. और जब जो हमारे लाइफ में दुख आता है तो हम बोलते हैं I deserve it, and जब सुख आता है तो हम बोलते हैं I don't deserve it. What is this understanding jugglery? I'm not able to understand. So here Prabhupada nicely explains, he accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord, thinking himself only worthy of more trouble due to his past misdeeds, and he sees that his miseries by the grace of Lord are minimized to the lowest. See, the understanding. क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग है? एक डिवोटी समझता है कि मैं तो I was worthy to get so many sufferings, so much suffering that I would have, suppose कोई accident हुआ, I would have died. In fact, I would have got a very serious injury, but that serious and severe injury was minimized to small fracture. So a devotee understands this, because of the grace of the Lord, my miseries are minimized to the lowest. Therefore, in the miseries, he gives all the credits to the Lord. He anticipates the mercy of the Lord. Lord, you are so great that because of your mercy, I got even a token amount reaction. Otherwise, I would have suffered even more. मेरा बैक लग जाता, लेकिन आपकी कृपा से मैं मेरा सी लगा, सी ग्रेड लगा, मेरा तो बैक लगने वाला. So that is the understanding of devotee. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to the Lord, thinking himself unworthy of the happiness. He realizes that it is due to only the Lord's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to the Lord. तो जब happiness आता है तो वो भगवान को credit देता है. I am so much sinful that I rebelled Krishna. I did not obey Krishna in the spiritual world, and I came here into this material world, and I have become so rebellious. I don't accept Krishna's instruction. I don't follow Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. I don't read Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. I'm so rebellious soul. I should have suffered even more. I'm most sinful person of all the sinners. But still, Lord is giving me happiness. Lord is giving me success. Lord is giving me bliss in my life. So he anticipates and he gives all the credit to the Lord, and we become so much obliged to the Lord. He gives so much of thanks to the Lord. So that is the understanding of the devotee. He realizes that it is due to only the Lord's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to the Lord. You see, this understanding we should also inculcate in our life. Miseries को कैसे देखना है life में और happiness को कैसे देखना है life में. We have to inculcate, we have to practice it, thinking that I am the sinful of all the sinners. I am most sinful person. I have rebelled Krishna. I did not obey Krishna in the spiritual world, and I came here in material to enjoy. I should have suffered even more. But Krishna is giving me a comfortable situation. So I should be very thankful to the Lord and chant more in this happy, joyful state. Okay. Attachment means accepting things. अब यहाँ पर प्रभुपाद attachment का definition दे रहे हैं. See, प्रभुपाद ने एक परपोर्ट में इतनी सारी मिस्ट्री डाल दी है, इतना पूरा सीक्रेट, पूरा ट्रेजर है प्रभुपाद का परपोर्ट. Prabhupada's purport is the treasure house of the knowledge. Now here Prabhupada is giving the definition of attachment. Attachment means accepting things for one's own sense gratification. That is the definition of attachment. अगर आप कोई चीज कर रहे हैं and you are doing that for your own sense gratification, that means you are attached. And detachment is the absence of such sensual attachment. But one fixed in Krishna consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment, because his life is dedicated in the service of the Lord. एक कृष्णा का जो डिवोटी हो, ना तो अटैच है ना तो किसी से डिटैच. जो सर्विस मिलता है उसको अच्छे से करता है, मन लगा के करता है और रिजल्ट भगवान को ऑफर कर देता है. कल को सर्विस चेंज हो गया, देन ही विल डू दैट सर्विस एंड इन दैट सर्विस आल्सो विल बी हैप्पी. Today I have got the service of studying. I will study nicely. Tomorrow I'll get the service of washing pots or collecting shoes. That service also I'll do without any attachment. So that is the devotee. Consequently, he is not at all angry even when his attempts are unsuccessful. इसलिए वो angry नहीं होता. That's why he is not frustrated in his attempts, because he understands. He is not attached. No, he is not detached also. He is attached to Krishna. He is attached to Krishna. His attachment and detachment is not with this pertaining to this material things. He is aloof from all the material external situations, circumstances. He is completely absorbed in Krishna. By the way, this is not the easy stage, easy understanding, easy consciousness. To develop this consciousness, it requires a lot of tapasya, lot of chanting if you have done, lot of classes you have attended, you are there in the association of devotees. Every day you take prasadam, then you will have this kind of understanding. Otherwise, so quickly we get swayed away by the Maya. We don't even know, we are unconscious, incompetent. Same thing. We don't even know that we are incompetent. That is the Maya. Maya will make you fool. So a Krishna conscious person is always steady in his determination. So with this, I will stop by reading the translation of this verse. He who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor lament when he obtains evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. So अगर आपको पूछा जाए who is having the perfect knowledge, IITians, those who are in MIT, those who are in NASA, who are the having perfect knowledge? ये definition है perfect knowledge का. पढ़ो. Who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor lament when he obtains evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. So now you can check whether you are having perfect knowledge or imperfect knowledge. Okay, so purport tomorrow I'll read and explain. Now we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If you have any question, you can ask.